What is up, guys? What is going on? NASCAR Triple Two coming at you with another fucking video. It's about damn time. It is about damn time. But we got to talk about what just happened at Road America in Wisconsin. No Cup Series this weekend, so the Xfinity Series took center stage on Sunday. And what a win by Jeremy freaking Clements. We got to get into that. But first of all, let's talk about this race. First half of this race, a little lackluster. Towards the latter parts of stage 2, the race started to get interesting. NBC, horrible fucking coverage. Commercial after commercial after commercial. Oh, we have 8 laps left? Commercial. 5 laps left? Commercial. Oh, okay, well, we'll show you who won when we get back from the commercial break. Fuck NBC. But let's talk about this win. And let's talk about this fucking win by Jeremy Clements. One of the greatest wins probably we will see in this Xfinity Series and maybe all of NASCAR as far as 2017 is concerned. One of the greatest wins of 2017 throughout all 3 series. You can even throw K&N East and West in there too. What a great win. You're talking about a guy who was given absolutely zero opportunity. He wanted to drive for Hendrick. He wanted to drive for Gibbs. He wanted to drive for Ganassi. No one gave him a shot. So what did he do? He started his own fucking team. That team that Jeremy Clements is driving for is a family-ran organization. He tried and tried and tried to get any team, a small team, a big team, an average-sized team. No one would even blink an eye at him. So we started his own fucking team, and here he is now, beating fucking Joe Gibbs. And you know what? Out of all the Joe Gibbs drivers out there, the one that I had the least amount of hate for would be Matt Tifft. I mean, I don't have a problem with Tifft. I like his story. He had the brain tumor. He's an all-around good guy. You can't really say too many bad things about Matt Tifft. He's having a fucking horrible ass season, especially considering that he's in a Joe Gibbs car. But man, oh man, was I rooting for Jeremy Clements to win that race. Between Matt Tifft and Jeremy Clements, I was jumping up and down, screaming like a fucking animal for Jeremy Clements to win that race. And again, nothing against Matt Tifft. I just hate Joe Gibbs Racing. I could not see Joe Gibbs Racing back in victory lane. I wanted to see at a historical track like Road America, I wanted to see fucking Jeremy Clements win, and he did it. What a race. And here's what happened. Believe there was 2 to go. Jeremy Clements had a car superior to Matt Tifft. That car was 2 to 3 seconds faster than Matt Tifft at times. And it's crazy because I know he had fresh tires. But it's crazy because you're talking about Jeremy Clements, a family-run organization. 85% of that team is probably unpaid volunteers. He went into victory lane and said, the last time that we had this car is from 2008. I just lost my train of thought. Jeremy Clements goes into victory lane and says, this car just beat out a brand new Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, and this car is from 2008. This is a 2008 body. A 2008 body, an almost 10-year-old car, beating out a brand new 2017 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. And it's just fucking, it's fucking mind-blowing. Michael Annett getting a second place finish. It just goes to show you how much slower Michael Annett was than Matt Tifft and Jeremy Clements, because they spin out. The 2 of them tango. It takes 2 to tango. The 2 of them tango at least a good 5 or 6 seconds before they can turn their fucking cars around and get up to speed. Another 10 seconds, and Michael Annett is still nowhere to be found. Jeremy Clements, I just want to say, what a fucking race. The latter part of that race was fucking incredible. You know, Jeremy Clements ended up getting in, entangling with Matt Tifft, but ultimately Matt Tifft wasn't too upset because, well, Matt Tifft knew that his car was not faster than Jeremy Clements. So let's just talk about this one more time. Jeremy Clements, a driver who was overlooked by Joe Gibbs, overlooked by Rick Hendrick, overlooked by Ganassi, overlooked by all these teams, even small teams, comes to Road America, a road course, one of the most historic tracks we still race on today, one of the oldest tracks we still race on, all the way up in Wisconsin. He gets up there. His car is from 2008. This is a car that has been racing for 10 fucking years, close to 10 fucking years. Jeremy Clements, a family-run organization, gets overlooked by Rick Hendrick, gets overlooked by all these owners. Okay? Starts his own family-run team because it's the only way he would have a shot at winning. Can't afford to pay employees, so they have over 85% unpaid employees. Okay? Can't afford to have a new car. So what they do, they enter with a car that's almost 10 years old. That's a junk shop car. You don't even see cars on the street that are running well at 10 years old. What a fucking underdog victory for the ages for Jeremy Clements to win this race. Small sponsor. Half his season isn't even sponsored. A team where employees are volunteering because they don't have money to pay employees. And they beat out Joe Gibbs. A team with an excessive amount of sponsors. A team with an endless amount of resources. A team with an endless amount of overpaid employees. And this team that doesn't even have a handful of paid employees, that doesn't even have a big sponsor, that doesn't even have a car that's from this fucking decade. And they go out and they beat these guys. They go out and they say a big fuck you to these guys that are racing on brand new cars, that are racing with multi-million-dollar sponsorships, that are racing with X, Y, and Z. And this team doesn't have any of that. And they go out on one of the biggest races we have, coming down to the playoffs, and he goes out and wins. And you know what? We have only seen 4 actual Xfinity Series full-time drivers win this year. Matt Tifft hasn't won yet. Michael Annett hasn't won yet. Elliott, did Elliott Sadler win? Elliott Sadler might have won. But, long story short, Michael Annett hasn't won. Multi-million-dollar sponsorship, Junior Motorsports. Brandon Gaughan hasn't won. Multi-million-dollar sponsorship, Richard Childress Racing. Brandon Jones hasn't won. Multi-million-dollar sponsorship, Richard Childress Racing. But this fucking team, no sponsorship or minimal to small sponsorship, 85% unpaid employees. Small team, small guy. It just goes to show you that it can still be done. It can still be done. Over 250 races for Jeremy Clements in his NASCAR Xfinity Series career. Finally gets the job done. Kudos to that team. Kudos for the small guy winning again. Kudos for the small guy, the small team, the underdog story. Rick Hendrick, you're not gonna give me a ride. Junior Motorsports, you're not gonna give me a ride. Richard Childress, you're not gonna give me a ride. Fuck all of you. I'm gonna create my own team. Sponsorship or not, I'll bring in a car that's 10 years old. I just want to race. And then he says a big fuck you by going out there and beating Joe Gibbs with Matt Tifft. Beating Michael Annett at Junior Motorsports. Beating Brandon Gaughan. Beating these guys. And it just goes to show you, if you're Brandon Gaughan, if you're Michael Annett, if you're Matt Tifft, if you're one of these guys, you feel really bad right now that there's a guy that has minimal sponsorship, unpaid employees, and he's in the playoffs, and you might not be. What is up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. This has been NASCAR 222, and I will see you in Victory Lane.